because Child Drag Race is being affected by this new damn show, The Real Friends of WeHo. So it looks like the girls is fighting before the show is even aired because one of the castmates of the upcoming gay reality show Real Friends of WeHo is called out of the show for not being as real as they claim to be. I was trying to do Electra, which said real. You know, I've watched enough Pose. But anyway, so before we get to the tea, excuse me, Real Friends of WeHo, for those of you who don't know what the show's about, we'll focus on the lives of celebrity stylist Brad Goreski, choreographer and singer Todrick Hall, actor Curtis Hamilton, CEO of Butter Skincare, Dorion Renaud, TV host and business owner James Vaughn, who, like I said earlier, is the husband of Mean Girls and Hallmark Channel actor Jonathan Bennett, and digital entrepreneur Joey Zauzig. Now, according to the show's official logline, MTV's Real Friends of WeHo is an unfiltered and honest look at the select group of friends living, loving, and pursuing their passions in the West Hollywood community, consisting of some of Hollywood's most influential and successful LGBTQ plus celebrities, personalities, and entrepreneurs. This revealing and witty new ensemble docuseries provides an up-close and personal glimpse into the lives they perform in front of crowds of thousands, make high-stakes business deals, celebrate important life milestones, blah, 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 blah. Well, speaking of Renaud, he posted in his IG stories and Twitter hours after, the announcement, basically that the show ain't as real as they claim. So he says, the fake friends of WeHo. And I barely know most of these people. By the way, I live in the Valley, but tune in, thanks, at MTV. The shade, honey. So, I'm about to get to Chris Salvatore. That is a part of the story, darling. So basically, and that wasn't it. So he went on Instagram stories, but he also posted on his Twitter. He said, Butter Skin is my only real friend, LOL, and also said, child, I don't know these people. So he was going on Twitter and Instagram. So I'm like, that can sound ungrateful because you're actually biting the hand that basically gave you, a little check and a little exposure. Because Dorion Renaud, he's from College Hill. From back in the Disney. So now you're talking shit about a show. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good grist for my mill. I'm living for the tea. I'm living for the drama, and I'm living for the shade. Maybe this is the way also that they could use as a way for us to basically watch the show. So maybe this is a drama on his part. But look, according to social media, they looking at this show like, pay it. They don't give a fuck. Nobody's going to watch it. But we'll get to those tweets in a second because, gay Twitter went in. And I got them tweets too. So he's, and by the way, not the only one who's talking about that the show is fake. But here's the thing. I always thought that people knew that reality shows are just overproduced, improvised TV. Like, I thought that everybody pretty much knew that, what you see is not necessarily always the truth. Why did I have a Tatiana moment? What you see isn't always the truth. Remember that song? The Same Parts? I do live for that song though. But anyway, so he's not the only one that's going in on the series. The actor, model, influencer Chris Salvatore, best known for his role in the Eating Out films, took to Twitter to claim that he was fired from the show after 3 cast members that he didn't name, by the way, but we all know it has to be Todrick being at the top of that list, refused to film with him. Now here's what he tweeted. He said, last year, 3 gays from a certain reality show refused to film with me for having an OnlyFans, so I was fired by production after filming for only a week. That's about all I can say for now. Now, I'm wondering who the other 3 are. I'm thinking it's got to be Todrick and Brad. Now, who would be the third? Do you think it might be James? But my thing is, James is like a personality. Like, he's somebody who has like a podcast or a talk show or radio personality or something or another. I would think that, someone within that sphere, like myself, we talk to anybody. Like, I'll talk to a porn star, I'll talk to actors, I'll talk to singers, I'll talk to anybody. So I don't discriminate. Hold on. I think a lot of people are pissed also because what the tea has come out about, especially according to Deadline, that RuPaul's Drag Race will be cutting back to 1 hour so they can use the existing franchise to launch the Real Friends of WeHo. So remember, like when you watch Drag Race, the show is from 8 to 9:30, and then we get Untucked. Well, now the word on the curb is the show is going to be from 8 to 9. I don't know how that's going to work when you got an hour show, and basically you have 15 queens now trying to vie for screen time. And then at 9 o'clock, you basically, and we already know MTV be playing like 50,000 goddamn commercials. Trust and believe, when I be watching a challenge, I be like, God damn, why so many fucking commercials? Didn't you just come back from commercial? They live for a commercial over at MTV. Excuse me. Yes, I said Jonathan Bennett. It does Hallmark movies as well as Mean Girls. So now the comments online were not as kind. Now here's what they said. Local Swamp Gay said, replace this with a fake reality show about the 4 gay influencers from the other 2. Now I love the other 2. That was my show. Did they ever cancel that? I saw the first 2 seasons. Another said, Astro Boy said, why couldn't we have a show of non-famous gay friends supporting each other and trying to make it in the city? We don't need more from Todrick Hall. And I have to say that the real gag that a lot of people are doing is a lot of people are hating on the show because Todrick Hall's involved. So that seems to be the main situation, that people have a problem with the show. Another person by the name of Pat J. Rogers said, I'm sure the Real Friends of WeHo will be fine, but I do think we need a couple old queens. These young girls are boring AF. And I do agree with that there tends to be this thing in reality television that y'all think that reality TV stars should only be 18 to 30. And to me, it's like, get some old queens on there. What is the name of, there's a reality show on the internet that actually, I saw it the other day. Shout out to DJ Baker. He just did this on his show, where he basically was talking about how there was some older, there's a reality show on YouTube that has some older men up on there. And I'm like, why not incorporate older men into, or men of a certain age, some seasoned queens into these reality shows? I don't know why it's a problem. Like, y'all think that only young people have nothing to lose and are unfiltered? First of all, the older you get, the more unfiltered you are. I mean, I've never had that problem. My mouth has always been unfiltered. So another person said, let's be real, all the FAGS, I was like, I don't want to get, are mad about Real Friends of WeHo because we all think we'd be perfect on such a reality show and we're sore we're not. I do agree with that, but someone responded in the comments, and I'm paraphrasing, and said, yeah, but the real reason is because we don't like Todrick. And he was like, and that too. So I watched a lot of reality TV to know that this new Real Friends of WeHo is not going to be good. I need authentic friendships with non-famous gays. And I think that seems to be the problem as well, is that people are feeling like the show is, y'all just stuck a bunch of fame-ish gays together in a reality show, but they're not real friends. They're trying to model this after the Real Housewives, but if you watch the Real Housewives, in so many ways the girls do know each other in some way or another. When I've always watched the Real Housewives, now they just throw girls together because they're desperate for cast members, but there always seems to be some type of connection with somebody. Like Garcelle knew Will Smith's first baby mama wife, Cherie, but she was boring, so they got rid of her. And everybody don't work out. So there's always some type of connection. When you watch the Jersey Housewives, they all kind of know each other because they're family, or they're related in some sort of way, or they live around in the same neighborhood. So there's always some sort of connection. When you watch the Atlanta Housewives, there's always some sort of connection. But yeah, with this show, it just seems like y'all just did a casting call and just put people together. But do I think that someone like a Todrick or someone like Brad auditioned for this? No, they were approached and were put in this. And what I believe about Chris Salvatore is that there were some discrimination. I also heard that there was another guy, you will probably said check his Instagram because he's gorgeous. This South African, he's a singer, model, actor, Lyle Anthony was actually supposed to be on the show too. He mentioned that he was, and he apparently is not part of the show because Todrick's current assistant is his ex. So the one I mentioned earlier, Chris Pizzicalis. So there seems to be there may be some truth in, certain people trying to get on the show, but they can't because certain people are gatekeeping. And if we're going to be gatekeeping in this day and age, there's a problem. Me personally, I feel like with porn, why are we not incorporating OnlyFans models and porn stars and stuff in the reality TV world? Quiet as it's kept, when you look at the gay community, that is a part of our social circle. That's kind of our thing. We have those are our celebrities. Straight people, y'all have y'all celebrity niche, your niche celebrity markets or whatever. But when you look at the gays, we have go-go dancers, we have porn stars, we have drag queens. That's sort of our situation. It's not this stereotype of interior decorator or hairstylist or choreographer. Like, that is so dated gay stereotype. These non-threatening homosexuals that y'all want to see on TV because you're trying to push a gay show but cater it to the straight community and not to us. So maybe what the reality is, because I was talking to a friend of mine about this earlier, and they were saying that they think with this show, maybe the problem is, first of all, I don't think the show's going to last past the first season. So y'all could piggyback this on RuPaul's Drag Race all you want. But I feel like based on the consensus, and mostly from the people, because my friend was telling me yesterday he was working at Heart, which is Lance Bass's club in West Hollywood. And the viewing party for Drag Race, the premiere, was co-hosted by Selena S. Titties and Sasha Colby. And so they asked, very sarcastically, are y'all going to be tuning in? Because the commercial came on while they were watching Drag Race. Y'all going to be tuning in and watching da-da-da? And they were kind of looking at this like, they ain't watching that shit. They were like, first of all, none of these girls is even from freaking West Hollywood. So how you going to make a show? And my thing was this. Did y'all forget we had the A-list back in the day with Austin Amakos and Riker Lemcool? That was a show I used to watch back in the day. We had that, and then we had I think there was the Austin, was it the one down south? I think it was in like Texas or something or another. They did one that lasted the season. I would have loved to have that show come back. I live for it, but y'all read that show, The Riot Act, too. But it seems to be an ongoing thing. Whenever there's a gay reality show comes out, y'all wind up hating on it. And also, we just had Men of West Hollywood on Crackle with Nick Mask, and we had Murray Swanby. That was a show. I watched a couple of episodes. It didn't really grab. I mean, I met them a few times when I was in LA, but it never really like grabbed my attention to care enough to stick around and watch it. But it was cute for what it was. I don't think it's going to get a second season, but yeah, there was that show. Whenever there's there's plenty of gay reality shows y'all can be watching. Child, we'll get to those in a second. But let me read these ones from the Drag Race girls because they mad too when they found out about the cutting back the hour. So Candy Muse wrote, no one asked for this. Miss Vanjie put up a laugh emoji to that because Pop Crave revealed this team. Jasmine Kennedy posted Jan, a gif of Jan saying not this, because Jan from Drag Race. Cynthia Lee Fontaine wrote, I support all queer visibility and representation. However, this is one of the couple of TV shows right now focused on entertainment and drag and cutting it. You short the time this artist deserve on the mainstream. Priorities, mis amores. Just saying. She's basically saying, like, you're cutting back on the show and you're not giving these other drag queens the opportunity to shine, because this is their only opportunity where you're going to really get to see them on TV and really show out and show themselves. So now we've got to cut back on the show because y'all have a problem with the show. But anyway, so Lonnie Love said, ooh, child, the comments. So anyway, if y'all want some shows to watch, because I'm going to tell y'all. Oh, wait. Also, let me read what Maxie Rainbow wrote, because she pretty much sums it up. These queens invest tens of thousands of dollars into going onto this show, and now their airtime is going to be cut short for what? For Todd Hall to attempt and fail a redemption arc in his career for the 50th time? So, look, that's what the people saying. We can't ignore what the people saying. So, basically, if y'all want some YouTube shows to watch where they're showing like gay people dipping it and doing some stuff, just watch shows like Chasing Reality. They have their Chasing stuff. Chasing LA, Chasing Atlanta. Definitely check those shows out. Real Hot Boys of Hollywood. They got the Come Up. There's so many other shows that you guys can be watching. And you know, because I'm in media, I will watch. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna see what it is, and that's what it is. So Black Love